Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to the Gamer CommanDOS. All right, this is a new gaming channel that I decided to launch at the end of 2021. We just passed the Extra Life charity event, and we were able to reach the $1,000, and $1,005 to be precise. So it was a great event. I was able to stream for 25 straight hours. Unfortunately, the footage the footage is lost. So unfortunately, I learned the hard way that YouTube does not save your video if your video lasts, or if your live stream lasts for more than 12 hours. So I was hoping to keep the fond memories of this year's Extra Life event. It was really fantastic. Um, so I figured, why not launch this new channel? Um, I wanted to talk about Extra Life, and at the same time, I want to let you guys know a little bit about what you can expect on this channel. So, um, about this channel, let's start with the channel first. Again, the reason why I'm launching this channel is I used to own actually two different channels before this one. My main one used to be the Retro Viking. So that one I started about 3 or 4 years ago, and at first I wanted to stream mostly retro stuff, but I ended up streaming a lot more Smite, Watch Dogs, and tons of games that were actually not that retro. Started to stream some VR stuff, so it was pretty much all over the place. So I figured, hey, you know what? If Instead of like deleting everything that I had, might as well start fresh. So what you can expect to see on this channel, I'm going to try as much as possible to have guests with me whenever I produce a video, do a live stream. So uh, if you're ever interested in joining me for some sort of contributions, make sure that you send me a quick message. I'll leave my contact information in the description of this video. But mainly, what we want to focus on this time for this channel is we want to focus on games that are classics, games that are weird, games that are obscure. So you're going to see a lot of those coming up. We're going to have full playthroughs. We're going to have reviews. We're going to do top tens. So you can expect a mishmash of different subjects in the upcoming weeks. So that's about it. I'm gonna try to produce at least one video per week, so you can expect that. Hopefully, everything should be up and running by the end of November 2021. We already have I already have my first guest, and we already know what games that we're gonna want to review. The first video shouldn't be too hard to guess if you take a look at my profile pic on YouTube. It's a big hint. So that's about it. So again, thank you guys for joining, and I can't wait to start this new adventure with you guys. So, second part of my message is I wanted to talk about Extra Life. So just a few highlights that I want, because I'm actually turning 40 years old in a week, next Tuesday, November 16th. Yeah, and my memory sometimes starts to, unfortunately, to fade out. So that's why I was really hoping to keeping this 25-hour stream. I was able to last 25 hours. I did cheat a little bit. I took like a 1 hour nap, so let's say that okay, I lasted 24 hours. Some of the highlights, actually, the stream started great and it ended great, and in between, I was lucky enough to have good people watching me and lots of interactions. So we for the stream, we actually started on on Friday night, Friday, November 5th, 2021. I started streaming at 8 p.m. and the goal was to do a few retro games. I had like a bunch in my list that I wanted to go through. Quick games. We played some Cyclemania, which is like a racing FMV game. So that was pretty fun. Um, the the first game that we actually started with was not a retro game. I had somebody by the name of Say. I'm gonna probably butcher her name. Say Mistage. Um, so she actually was one of the first persons up on the stream, and when I was testing out, to be honest, I wasn't expecting anybody to be there. Uh, Based on my previous Extra Life experience, it always takes a few hours for people to start joining in, but I had somebody right away. So thank you, Say, if you see this message. And she immediately saw on my desktop. She saw, hey, you have Killing Floor too. So let's play. I love Killing Floor. I'm like, well, okay, well, shit, let's go. Never mind the fucking retro. Let's just go and play Killing Floor. So there was a few kinks that I needed to fix, but we played a little bit of Killing Floor 2. I got my ass whooped. I think I killed like 3 zombies in the whole game. The main feature on this year's stream was a we were supposed to have a full playthrough of Phantasmagoria, and I was supposed to be joined by none other than David Holm, who is the actor that plays Don, the main bad guy in Phantasmagoria. He was supposed to join me. Unfortunately, he had a computer crash just as we were about to go on the air, so I was not able to do the stream. We will try to do the stream. Actually, it should be one of the first videos that you guys are going to see on this channel. So that was one of the features. Another aspect I remember is when I was eventually my brother-in-law came on the stream and he told me I was playing Return of the Phantom. So I did a full playthrough of Return of the Phantom. I did a little bit of Diablo 1. The game crashed, and after playing with it, I was like, oh, you know what? The game's crashing. It's not the best streaming I could do. So I changed ships. We did a King Quest 6 full playthrough now, and I have one of my good friends, Travis Campbell, who you should see on this channel a few times. He's like one of the. He's actually. I met Travis when I started streaming about 4 years ago. So for anybody that wants to get into streaming, sometimes sometimes people go into streaming to make money, stuff like that. Unless you have a beautiful cleavage, which I do, you probably won't make that much money, unfortunately. It's the sad reality when you go on Twitch and you want to watch games and you see the top performers. There's not really a lot of retro gamers, bearded retro gamers that are on top of the list. So. But I was lucky enough to stumble across this wonderful guy, Travis. If you see this video, thank you again for sticking with me like all this time. Him and I, we like pretty much the same games. He's a big adventure guy, so he actually joined me on my King's Quest 6 stream, and we started to chat, and that's when it started to be interactive. And it's at that point that I realized, you know what? If I want to get back into streaming, I don't want to do this alone. I mean, I don't like myself that much. I prefer to be with with other people. So that's the reason why I'm trying to go for this more like this group approach with my guests that will be on the show eventually. So we finished King Quest 6. I believe we got the best ending. So we saved the parents, we got the girl in the tower, and I'm gonna spare you guys the joy of singing "Girl in the Tower," even though I really, really want to right now. But my son is sleeping, and my wife is gonna kill me if I start singing. But I will one day sing you that song. Um, so all of this to say that I was also joined at one point by my brother-in-law that I mentioned a few minutes ago, and uh, he uh, he actually told me, "Oh, you know what? You should play this game, that game, that game." And I'm like, "Okay, I didn't even know he was into adventure games. He doesn't really look like the kind of guy that 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 plays adventure games." But no, he told me you should try the Indiana Jones games, and I'm like, you know what? I think I bought them like 5 years ago on the GOG, and yeah, and I have like I think there's 3 Indiana Jones games, so I have them. I had never installed them before, um, but we played that. Uh, And unfortunately, like I said, I lost the footage. But for those that played, it was the Fate of Atlantis that he made me try. He told me, "Oh, start with Fate of Atlantis." So I'm like, okay. So for those that played that game, as soon as you start where you're trying to find this statue, and there's this motherfucking jump scare with the fucking cat. So as soon as you see those fucking cat statues, you're gonna click on them, and eventually you're gonna jump, and that's exactly what happened. So that jump scare was actually pretty funny. We did not finish it, but that is gonna probably be one of the games that we're gonna play on the stream. I want to go through it. It was really fun. The game I like adventure games that are easy, fun to play, that are not too moon logic. Well, so far it wasn't too much moon logic. Although using the gum to climb up like the chute was a little bit far fetched, but I mean, okay. What else happened? See, that's why I'm making this part of the video because I know I'm gonna in 2 weeks I'm gonna have forgotten everything. I know how it ended. um, I know I played a little bit of Hardball 4, which is like I have so many memories playing Hardball 4, which is like a baseball game. You have all it's all the players, but not the teams. So um, we had just went through the World Series that was won by the Braves against Houston. So yeah, well, I played a little bit of that. Um, After I think 3 innings, I think it was like 5-0. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop. um, we played. I played a little bit of Police Quest SWAT. That's another game that's on my bucket list. I only played like the first mission. Even when I was young, my friend he either had the demo or he had the game, but I only played like the first mission. So with Lucy that's barricaded inside her house and she's just on the side. So every time every time it's like Lucy, it's the police, and she's like, and I'm like, then it's like game over. Oh, I hate Lucy. Oh my god, she's such a bitch. Anyways, I'm trying to remember if I'm forgetting anything. I know at one point I was like, you know what? We're approaching. It was about like 4 o'clock in the 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had like 4 hours left, and I knew which game I absolutely wanted to play, and that was Tender Loving Care. So we actually finished the stream playing Tender Loving Care, and that's when Say the person that was there for Killing Floor at the very beginning of my stream on Friday night. She was also there on Saturday night, and we played some Tender Loving Care. So I actually started with one of my friends, Steven, from the Classic Gamers Guild. Me and Steven, we were going through the questions, answering questions like, if you dress your son in a dress, will he be a homosexual? So Steven had to answer that question. He did pretty good. There was one there was one question I was playing with Say, was pretty much only me and her at that point, and I was like, okay, you know what? I want to get through this game. We had passed the 24-hour mark, but I was like, you know what? I want to finish this game. So let's speed through these questions. So I was like answering all of them, and there's like one question that appeared out of nowhere that said something like, and this now this video is gonna get like flagged, but it said like, I sometimes focus on a horse penis or something like that. I sometimes like fantasize on the horse penis, and I had to answer true, false, or no opinion. And that was and we were alternating questions, me and Say. So I was like, okay, I do one, you do one. She missed. It was in fact her question, but she had mysteriously left for a few minutes, so I had to choose the answer. So that was the running gag. So she must think that I'm like a psycho or I'm like a pervert or something, because I think I said horse penis like maybe 20 times after that question. We finished a game. I actually, because that game was really cool. Is that for those that don't know, and you should if you guys don't know, Tender Loving Care is like an interactive movie. There's a movie, and then each scene is cut with a series of questions where you need to answer, and depending on how you answer, it's supposed to affect like what happens. Like some footage is going to be shown, some footage is cut, and I know that there's multiple endings. So I finished this game 3 times, and the ending that we got, I had never gotten it before. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, it was probably like the most fucked up ending to date. I'm pretty sure that there's more fucked up versions of the ending out there. So yeah, as you guys can probably notice, I'm getting pretty tired. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits. Just before I forget, let me just readjust my seat. So just before I forget, and when I mentioned the Phantasmagoria stream, you guys can keep a lookout. In the next few days, we're gonna probably announce the live stream. I'm gonna try again to get David. To join me to play the full game, and we currently David has given 4 special items for auction for the extra life event. Now unfortunately those items have not yet been sold, so I think I'm going, there was some issues with eBay and everything, so I tried to do this auctioning manually, but because of the stream that did not occur. So that complicated things. So we're gonna redo. We're gonna redo the auction. I'll give you guys details once I have some. But yeah, that's basically it. So once again, welcome to this new channel. Thank you again for everybody that helped me pass through those 25 hours and made Extra Life that more special this year. So thank you everybody that donated, everybody that joined me in the chat. I know there was Richard that was there at the beginning. Richard, if you see this, thank you. It was pretty fun to play Adventure. Also, we played Adventure for Atari. So yeah, so that's about it. So with that said, leave your comments below. Again, this is a new channel, so I'm gonna make sure to read your comments if you have any feedback. Besides the feedback in my microphone. And yeah, let's go ahead for this new adventure. All right, see you guys.